I am Johnny Stovall, and this is Chase the Heat. You guys are doing great. Thank you for hanging out with me. Look at all the wonderful people we've got here. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Jane. You guys are awesome. Mischief Managed. Jeremy Fowler, Narfman, Krista Melinda. Good to see you. I don't want to miss anybody here. Chili Phil, good to see you. Balaki, thanks for being here. I'm going to try to go a long time. My stomach, you guys. Dan Gillett, good to see you. My stomach is killing me. Would you believe that I'm still cramping? Ruby Gill, good to see you. Lego, good to see you. Tim Lee, Jason P. Barella. I'm still cramping from the number I did on myself this morning. Dizzy, good to see you. My stomach is killing me. Arwa, good to see you. Clayton Collins, good to see you. Jeff Goswick, I'm having a great weekend, but my stomach is killing me. Ugh. This was really delayed too. Well, right before the video, I took a razor and just shaved some of the hair up here, just a little bit of the ones because it's driving me crazy. It really is. Wayne Mitchell, good to see you. Lord Kissfreak, West Lightburn. Windmill Willie, good to see you. So I thought about, I had this in the thumbnail. This is painful. It says so. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Peri from High Desert Sauce Company. Wayne Mitchell, good to see you. James Collins Cares, thank you for being here. Jimmy Jam, thanks for being here. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm missing anything. So I'm going to review this because it looks good. Anything that says painful in it, I'm a fan of. It just goes like that. Ronan, good to see you. And I've got this. These are the a lot of people know them as MREs. This is we call them MICs because it stands for Missing in Community. This is what Harvest 912 gives out. I thought Peri, and this is chicken ramen bowl. I think we got something here, so we're gonna hang out a little bit. I'm gonna try to tough out now. Right now, believe it or not, right now my stomach's giving me a break. 3 minutes ago, it was killing me. Really was, man. I'll tell you what, Missing Community, yeah, Dizzy. It's a really cool thing they do. And I'll tell you what, I'm not even joking. I've eaten some MREs before, but these taste so good. I have a friend, Old Smoky is the name of his channel. Hi, Ann, and hello, it's the Costanza. I have a friend named Old Smoky is his channel, and what he does is this is his whole channel. It's really cool, actually. He reviews hot sauce. MREs. That's it. And I mean, from different countries, different militaries, different decades. He'll eat some stuff that's super old. It's really kind of cool. So I'm going to send him some of these because nobody knows more about. I am to peppers, but he is to like MREs. So I really can't wait to get his take on it. He's a good guy. W. Reveille, good to see you. Ethan Benish, thank you for being here. And Mr. Brock Benny. You guys all look so wonderful. All right, so look at that. That's so funny. My husband's been watching him for years. Kristen just said that. Kristen Melinda. Let me tell you something funny about him. The way he and I became friends, this is true, the first month of Chase the Heat, he subscribed. And he said he was very, very nice. He said the channel was going to go places. He was super nice to me. And I've been watching him, and he's been watching me, and he's just a wonderful guy. And he has good content. It's fun to watch. So we're going to try this. My baby warthog is growing fast. Now, if you say that anywhere else, they'd be like, I'm sorry, what? But here, most people are going to get it. Now, if you're new to the channel, we have 60 people here. If you don't know what he's talking about, warthog happens to be the hottest pepper that I have ever eaten. Not even close. Like nothing else has even come close. That's just the truth of it. A wicked piping hot pepper. And the guy, Carpenter, good to see you. The guy that created it is a guy named Matthew Arthur. He's just a wonderful dude. He's really a nice guy. And Dale Cox, good to see you. And in a time where like people are just kind of doing this. When you're born, the first thing a kid does is makes a fist. We've been gripping stuff, and people are gripping things so tight. And in a time where people are, have a hot pepper and they won't sell the seeds, his whole thing is, I want to give them away. How cool is that? When he told me, I'm like, maybe we should talk about this. You want to do what with it now? Say, I want to give him away. He's just the nicest thing. Man, when I interviewed him, he's so cool. He gets it. He gets it. Anyway, we talked about it on the whatever you want more of, give it away. You want more love, give away more love. You want more respect, give away more respect. He was giving seeds out, and guess what happened when he gave seeds out? He was giving seeds, sending them all over the world. People sent him seeds. I'm not joking about that. It's really kind of cool. Robert Spangle, good to see you. Robert Spangle says, I love guys who know about John Wayne. Key to open MREs. John Wayne was a beast. All right, so let me talk about this sauce. High Desert Sauce Company, people. If I miss anybody in the chat, I'll try to make sure I get to you. If you have any questions, throw QQ ahead of it. I'll make sure that stands out a little bit. All right, High Desert Sauce Company. Dude's 4 miles from me. He was 4 miles from me. Zach Perkins. Good dude. He and I have a lot in common. We are both sober people, which is kind of neat. Let's do this. This is a really cool. There's nothing funny about that. That really hurt. Man, that hurt. Man. All right, so let's talk about the ingredients on this thing here. Before I do that, though, I got to read what I was doing when I hit my elbow. Funny bone. You know why they call it the funny bone, you guys? Who can tell me why they call it the funny bone? Because that bone is called the humorous bone. True story. At least that's what they say anyway. All right, so listen to this. Why have you been chosen to do Why have you been chosen to do this to yourself? This sauce is pretty much all peppers. African bird's eye, ghost peppers, Moruga scorpions are combined with olive oil, lemon juice, spices, and some and a world of anger. I want to take out on your taste buds. It's wicked hot. Now listen, I say things are wicked hot. He's saying that. It says on the label, it's wicked hot. Love that. Anyway, it's wicked hot. Uniquely flavorful and meant to ruin your day. Try at your own risk. Right here is where it says wicked hot. I love it at the bottom there. It's wicked hot, people. Right where my thumb is. Right. Anyhow. All right, so the ingredients. Now I'll get to the ingredients. Look at this. New member, Jeremy Fowler. Thank you so much, dude. Kristen Melinda says, I'm so happy you reviewed High Desert Sauce Company on here. Got my spicy adobo from them. It's our hot sauce. It's our house hot sauce now. University of Healing here. It's a great sauce. You know what? I have several more that I haven't reviewed yet, so I'm kind of excited about that. Here are the I didn't do the ingredients yet. Let's do that. All right. Distilled vinegar, pepper mash, which consists of water, ghost pepper, hot pepper, about 900,000 Scoville or so, compared to like a jalapeno, which is like somewhere between 2,000 and 8,000. Pretty hot. We got African bird's eye. We got Moruga scorpion peppers in there. We got garlic, orange juice, olive oil. Love olive oil and hot sauce. Got lemon juice, kosher salt, shallots, smoked paprika, basil, and cilantro. All right, so who in the chat thinks cilantro tastes like soap? Come on, you can tell me, I don't mind. They say there's a percentage of the population that, like, genetically, we're made to feel that we interpret cilantro as tasting like soap. There's going to be some, wow. Holy moly, does that smell good? Cilantro tastes delicious at WLG squared. This smells so good. Wow. All right, so I don't have a spoon. You know, I do have my tasting spoon. I left it in Fort Mill. So I'm using my anatomical snuff box. I didn't shave enough of this up here. Driving me nuts. I'm not going to shave the whole thing on the last video, but I am going to cut this thing off. All right, here we go. From High Desert Sauce Company. Painful Peri. Oh, it smells so good. You smell the garlic. It just really has a lovely aroma. Lego is late. again. Tim Lee, good to see you. Just teasing you, Lego. All right, here we go. I'm Johnny Scoville. We're all doing this together. Are we doing anything together? Is anybody eating anything hot? Come on, somebody. Bella Greasy, good to see you. It's a texture machine. Oh. Max Power, good to see you. Wow, does that taste good? The first thing that strikes you is incredible texture. It's loaded with seeds and peppers and just mash and goodness. God, you would see it. It's really got substance to it. The olive oil gives it a great little mouthfeel, which is wonderful. It's different than other oils. Lovely. So, now listen. When I eat pepper sauce like this, it's got bird's eye, ghost, and what was the other one? Moruga. I can't go. Oh, those bird's eyes are great, but the scorpion tastes so good. It all kind of blends together. You can't really taste the difference. It just they all come together. However, the heat is lovely. Now it says painful. I think, and this is the truth though, it's a lovely, lovely sauce. Carpenter says it tastes good. It does, Carpenter. Thank you for agreeing with me. I don't know what your level of heat is, Carpenter. I think if you're a non-chili head, it would be quite hot. It'd probably be I can see a non-chili head saying it's like an 8 or 9 or above. You know what I mean? I really can. But if you're a chili head, it's probably a 6. There'll be some chili heads that'll call it a 5, but lovely. Now, it really is a good sauce. Oh, do you hear this? He shows up at the chat late, starts spewing this kind of nonsense. No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Lego. Reminder, bus riders, there are still fresh pods available at Lone Star Mastiff Farms. It's kind of exciting to hear. Let me somebody throw up a link. You can do that. You got a wrench, dude. I got a wrench, but somebody else do this that also has a wrench. Just teasing, Lego. All right, so here we go. This is the MIC from Harvest 912 Chicken Ramen Bowl. Now, when I open it up, I should have probably it's been sitting for a long time. I should have poured the water and let you see it dry. It looked just so you know what it looked like. It looked just like a bunch of ramen noodle, a lot of peas, a lot more vegetables dried up than you normally see, a lot of green stuff. And there's chicken in here too. And I didn't see that, but it's probably because it blended it and looked like some of the other stuff that was in there. Look at this. Del Cox has about 20 peppers. Thank you, Chris and Melinda. You don't know how Lego says. Whatever. I'm teasing you. Thank you, Chris and Melinda. If you can tell. Oh, so you know what? Here we go. I didn't break it up, but you can still see how it. How about that? That's how I do it. That could have been tragic. I did that the other day. I was with Tommy and I spilled one of these on my keyboard. So I just sealed it. I didn't break it up. You know what? I didn't put enough water in this or something. Oh, I guess I kind of did. I probably could have put more in and left it in longer. Oh, there's chicken in there. Well, it says chicken, but there's like chunks of chicken. Doesn't taste like ramen noodle. I mean, it tastes like ramen noodle, but it doesn't taste like a ramen noodle when you just get one of the ramen noodles and pour water and that's all you do. This is different. It really does taste. There's chunks of chicken in there, all kinds of happy stuff. Broccoli, carrots, peas. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour some paint in there. See, that doesn't need anything. If you didn't put anything in there, it'd be fine. But I think that the peri on this would be lovely. Don't judge. Give me 1 second here. My stomach is hurting me again. Oh. Now, if you didn't see the video, I ate all the peppers I had left from Death Ridge. Minus one that wasn't good on the inside. What a bummer that was. Anyway, I thought it was good for several hours. I was like, man, it's the end of the season. I'm going to be okay. I was not okay. Hi, Johnny Scoble, the chili head, and he has lots of issues. I do. Thanks for being here, Michael Ferrara. Can you imagine if it just broke open? Can you imagine how bad that would be? That would be so terrible. Did anybody see the video of Heisenberg? Do you guys see the Heisenberg video on? I don't know what he was doing. He was eating something. He's chewing it up or swallowing it, the sauce or something. And it was, I'm okay. His color started changing. And I'm like, dude, I've done this a long time. This is going to end bad. And just like that, he went, whoa, and it went on the camera. Magic. I mean, magic. I'm telling you. Oh, wow. That smells so good. Oh, big chunks of chicken in there. Hey, you know what? This is really good. I don't want to wear it is the problem. A really good sauce on that. Man, that tastes good. It's the Costanza says, would you interview Drew from Everything Spicy channel? He does similar to what you do. It'd be an interesting collab. I will look into that. Thank you for asking. Appreciate you being here, Costanza. My stomach's hurting again. Wow. Great question from Kiss Freak. Will your sausage be making a comeback? You know what? Thursday, this coming Thursday, oh, my stomach is killing me. Give me just a minute. Wow, what a bummer. This Thursday, I will be interviewing. Where is he? Whoops. Man, give me this 1 second. There we go. This Thursday, Lord Kiss Freak, I'll be interviewing David Foy from Blazing Foods. So what we'll do is we can ask him. That's actually something we'll be talking about. What my stomach is hurting. Oh, man. Dizzy Dragon says, is the Warthog phenotype 2 higher than the average pheno? Oh, the average pheno 1. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I didn't see the one there. I think I've had one that was as hot as the type 1, but the hottest ones that I've had were phenotype 1. Now, here's the other thing. I don't know if you saw that. I had a bunch of phenotype 2, a whole bunch of little ones, and they were like, I think in that video, if I'm remembering it right, one of them in particular was like not problematic, but like wicked hot. You're gonna have a good time with them. I can't wait to see what you do with them. Aren't you doing well? I don't want to say anything. Narfman, better late than never. Heard ya. We're starting over right now because heard you got here. Guys, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase Eat. Thank you for joining me. We're going to review a hot sauce today. No, you're not late. Heard you. Come on, man. There's no rules here. Well, there are rules, but you can come in and go when you want. My stomach is killing me. Rufus, good to see you, man. I'm really hurting you guys. This is not good. How long have we been on? 24 minutes. It was hurting me really bad right at the start, so we're about 20 minutes apart. These are waves of cramps I'm having, you guys. It was a Rogue Warthog. It was just the most ridiculously hot thing Listen, my superpower isn't that I can eat hot stuff. anybody can eat hot stuff. There's a lot of people that have a much higher tolerance than I do. My superpower is that I can keep talking when I'm in pain, and a lot of people can't. And that stopped me from talking. So it was pretty amazing. Hey, what's happening here? Lawn Dog, my dude, good to see you. You are out of uniform. You're not wearing a fleshy t-shirt. You should stop this video until you're dressed appropriately. Haha. You know what? Here's the thing, and this is the truth of it. I did explain myself, soldier, says Lawn Dog. Here's the deal, man. I've got, and this is the truth, Bull Cow, good to see you, man. I've got probably 100 shirts, maybe more. And like every one of them is black with the exception of like the two shirts that are not black are both guitar shirts. But like every shirt I have is black. It's just, I have black shirts. It's like, how many concert t-shirts do you have that are white? You know what I mean? Same thing with pepper shirts. And because I'm a pepper guy, the pepper guy. I'm known all over the place as the pepper guy. You guys know that? The pepper guy. My brother was walking into a store with my mother. And this girl goes, walking out. He's walking in. They're walking in. This woman's walking out. She looks at my brother and goes, drugs or pepper? He goes, excuse me? He goes, you the drug guy or the pepper guy? He goes, I'm the drug guy. He goes, I love your work. Hilarious. If you don't know, my brother has a channel. Go check him out. It's called The Lifeboat. He's also, Robbie, thank you so much. He's also a guest host on the Sean Atwood show that happens weekly. He's great. Robbie, thank you so much for the super chat. Johnny, the hottest fresh pot I have ever attempted was a ghost. I've done Reaper sauces and such. If I tried a Warthog, how different would it feel? Okay, I'm trying to think. Like, okay, here's a good way to look at it. You've done ghost. Okay, that's a wicked hot pepper. Remember how when you did ghost, Robbie? I'm gonna leave that up there. Remember when you first chewed up the ghost pepper? Do you remember how when the heat came, your first thought was, holy crap, this is like so much hotter than a habanero was? Do you remember that feeling? Right? Okay, well, a 7-pot Primo, right? Or a chocolate Primatale does that to every other pepper. They really do. So it's think of that one more time again. All right. And then the Warthog that I had, the one that really tore me up, I kid you not, it had an extract kind of burn. It was just absurdly hot. I don't know. It was twice as hot as like nothing even came close. Like if the hottest thing I'd ever had before was a chocolate Primatale that was like a 7 on my scale, this was like a 12. It was so hot. So I think it would be Robbie, it would get your attention. Now you're not going to die from it. And here's the thing, because you've had a ghost, you've got to the point where you're like, man, this is, where you've been rocked a little bit, where you're like, you have to kind of go inside and kind of center yourself, try to remain calm. Because you've done that, if you have a Warthog, it's going to be way, way hotter. But it's the same feeling, just on a higher level. It's like a boat. Like when you learn to sail, like a sunfish. My brother and I would sail on a sunfish. It's like a little teeny little thing. The first sailboat we owned was 34 feet. The principles are the exact same. It's just scale. Follow me? And so the panic adjusting, it's the same thing as far as like, okay, that's why once you've had panic mode, it doesn't really, here's when panic mode happens. Panic mode happens when you're at a higher spot than you've ever been before, and it's still climbing, and you don't know where it's going to stop. And that's when people start pumping the Fred Flintstone brakes. They start rearranging things on the desk, trying to stay busy. Subconsciously, you try to keep your brain going because it's like you try to do something. You want to control something because, like, hey, I can move my phone. I can do that because everything else is going away. It's interesting. It's not going to kill you, though, man. I've watched the video with the Rogue Warthog a dozen times. It's a sight to behold every time. I've seen it 3 or 4 times. I'll tell you what I like more is watching Tad eat it. The one with Tad, that was really fun because he had never had an endorphin rush in his life. And he'd eaten chocolate Primatales. He'd eaten chocolate, Reapers, chocolate 7-pots. He'd eaten a lot of very, very hot peppers. Never had an endorphin rush. And he also never had, earmuffs for the kids, he had never had fire hose. And that he ate one pepper. Viking, good to see you, Viking Gaming. He had that one pepper. From that one pepper, got an endorphin dump in the video and fire hose after. It was hilarious. I mean, I don't know, man. See, I don't know if this, I know it's just like a fantasy I like to dream about in my head, but I think when you have a rogue, that's what that plant's actual potential is. And I don't know if that's true. It's just an anomaly. You know what I mean? But I like to think that. So I like to think that the Warthog is good. You know, it's something. It really is. Even the ones that weren't rogue are just obscenely hot. I mean, just and just a slap you in the face sort of climb, like a ghost pepper does this. It kind of takes off like a plane, but a Warthog takes off like a rocket. It hits you so fast, and it's just. I can't wait to see what people do with them. The Warthog, it's going to be really, really fun. The fact that the rogue Warthog caused the effect it did for itself was pretty crazy. It was, I'm not even joking. It was the strangest thing because for 3 days after I ate that, I was like, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, you know why you do a channel? At the time, I probably had 6,100 videos made or 6,200 videos made. That's a lot of videos over it wasn't quite 8 years yet. That's a lot of peppers I've eaten, thousands, you know what I mean? So you think like I know what I'm doing. You know, like this is my first rodeo. You aren't gonna, throw me. Nothing's gonna, throw me off my game. That was just the most shocking thing. It really was. It was almost like somehow they lined it with, not by flavor, but because of heat. It's almost like they lined it with extract or something. It was just so hot, so fast. And it did the exact same thing to Tad. If you watch Tad, maybe it was 5 seconds. He blinks and you can tell like it's a problem. Max power. This video needs to be more thumbs up, family. Listen, I have seen Max Power lose control. The last thing we want is Max Power to lose control. So please hit that like button. Icy yellow sand route. Is the Rogue Warthog a new kind of pepper above the Pepper X? First of all, okay. Okay, ready? Here we go. I'm saying this from a place of love. You need to hear it. Pepper X is not a real pepper. Okay. So if you want to throw around a scary pepper, just say, is this Rogue Warthog a new kind of pepper like above the chocolate primatali? Because there's no such thing as a Pepper X. It's a real pepper, but everything behind it is nonsense. And unless they start selling it, either the powder or the pods, nobody in the pepper world believes it. But to answer your question, I'm not knocking you. If you don't know, you don't know. Everybody, I know stuff that people don't know. Go watch the videos about Last Dab experience. At any rate, the Warthog, the Rogue one, happens to be a rogue pepper. The pepper is the Warthog, which is a new pepper it's not new. It's been around for years, but I hadn't eaten it yet. And I ate it this past season, Icy, and it was just the most shocking pepper I've ever eaten in my life. It was like, it was just shocking. It was just incredible. And it happened to be a rogue one, but the regular Warthogs are piping hot with just an extraordinary burn that it's got a strange burn. It really does. Anyway, I'm not knocking you about the Pepper X, but you needed to hear it, man. I'm sorry. I'm glad that I'm the one that told you. All right. But there's no such thing. It's all hype and nonsense. Hope I didn't bum you out, but it's the truth and you needed to hear it. Sorry. We tell the truth here. Just Big B says, what are the chances of you getting a Rogue Warthog? I think Matthew knew. LOL. You know what? It's really funny. I ate 6 or 7 pods from the exact same plant, and nothing was as just violently hot as that. Nothing. It was so, but I know it's a stupid hot pepper. It really is. And the cool thing is, so many people are going to be crossing with so many cool things. I heard the Pepper X Experience hot sauce is $3 billion. Let me show you something funny. Hang on. I found this today. Give me 1 second. Since we're talking about it, I'm at this point, I'm not too worried about whose feelings I hurt. And this is how it works. If anybody ever screams at you for telling the truth, this sauce came out, and there were videos that said by the owner, the guy who created it, that said that this sauce was over 2.4 million Scoville units. This was bought by a person on the channel, a friend of the channel. They sent it to me. I reviewed it. And when I tasted it, my brother did he did the review with me. He was nervous about it. I tasted it. I'm like, you got nothing to worry about. It was because it's supposed to be, listen, who's had Doomed? Doomed was 2.6 million or something, about as hot as this was supposed to be. It just wasn't that hot. So it's my brother. He tasted it. It just wasn't that hot. So I had people going, you're just trashing him. You have a beef against him. I do not have a beef against him. Actually, I do, because he's a dishonest person. But at the time, my beef was a bit about this not being what he claimed it was. And that's it. Rising to the top, bro. Good to see you. Anyway, so the very next day after that, I chugged the rest of the entire bottle. And everybody was saying that, whatever. So what I did was I bought this bottle and I sent it to I didn't buy it from me. I ordered it online. And instead of shipping it to me, I had them ship it to a place that does Scoville testing. All right. And they sent it back to me. I opened it on video, opened it up. This sauce that was supposed to be, by his own word, 2.4 million Scoville heat units, was 60,800 Scoville heat units. About 97% less than he said it was going to be. So everybody said, we can't, it's not really a buy, that doesn't make a scientific test, sending it to one place. So bought another one online, sent it to a different lab, South by West lab, or Southwest Biolab. That's what it was, I think. Anyway, they tested it, sent it to me, opened it on video. 61,000 Scoville heat units. It's not an anomaly. The sauce is 61,000 Scoville heat units, period. And that's okay. The reason it's a problem is that right here on the label, it said, what does it say? You guys read that? Over 91% pepper X. A pepper that is 2.6 million. Now look at the ingredients in this. Hang on. Where are the ingredients? I can't remember where they are. Oh, here they are. The ingredients are so simple. Pepper X pepper, vinegar, pepper X pepper, powder, and pepper X pepper distillate. Now, for those who don't know, distillate is a way to church up the word extract. You see the word distillate? It means extract. So there's extract of the pepper X in this. Now, there's no mention of any other spices. Has anybody in the chat tasted this? And God take me if I'm lying. There's a spice of some sort in here that is not pepper, but it's nowhere on the label. That's neither here nor there. These 4 ingredients that I just read to you, that are all pepper X. Remember, it's 2.67, so 2.6 million. Now, 91%. This bottle of water, you see the water that you're seeing there? That represents 91%. That's how much of this bottle is supposedly pure pepper X, which is 2.6 million. There is not a substance on the planet that you can add, you can take 1 ounce of, that's going to dilute all of this down to 60,000. Impossible. It doesn't work that way. So something's not right. And it's one thing, if this were $7, it wouldn't be a big deal. Anybody know the price of this? Almost $30. You know how many of these they sold? Now, I'm not, if you think I'm trying to be, if anybody in the chat's bummed out, they think I'm picking on the guy, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat. If you tasted this sauce, forget what I've said. If you tasted this sauce and you were disappointed because you were expecting a high, let me put my 1 in there first. Boom. There's my 1. Anyway, so there's the deal with that. So I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if Pepper X were real, this would be 2.4 million Scoville heat units. Sorry. When a horse breaks its leg, you know what they do to it, right? Just telling you the truth here, people. Pepper Poppy, good to see you. That just being me said, expected to suffer. The only thing suffering my bank account. Look at all the people that bought that sauce who were bummed out about it, though, for real. Creator Manuel didn't like it. Narfin was bummed out. Brock Bandy. I know Brock was heated. Joseph Rustin was bummed out. Just being me being me was bummed out. Ragnar was heated. Greg Raging Cajun was upset about it. Look at that. Cardboard Chaos threw a negative one in there. That's some unhappy people. That's a bum deal, man. But Wayne Mitchell with a negative too. Yet here's the funny thing. And I get how it is. Listen, we live in an echo chamber, right? You know what the internet is an echo chamber. Anybody says something bad about me here, you all would lose your mind because you like me. If somebody shows up here and says something bad about me, you guys would hate it. If I went over to a stream on his channel and said something like this, you know what they would do to me? They'd eviscerate me. I get attacked for telling the truth. But here's the thing. Oftentimes, the people that lie a lot are bummed out when the people that don't lie tell the truth. I just said what everybody else was. Here's the thing. You know, I had when I first did this video of this fiasco of a sauce, I got a comment that said, it was really great. I think I may have even pinned it. It said, you know what? I'm a little guy. Who's going to listen to me? I felt like I got taken, but I don't have a channel. I can't tell anybody about it. You know, I just took it on the chin. You know how much that sucks? Do you have any idea how many people feel like that? So I got a channel. You know, the first year of the channel, when I had 2,000 people, I probably would have kept my mouth shut. There's 147,000 of us. I'm not too worried. It is what it is, man. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. The Warthog could be as hot as Pepper X claims to be. I don't know, man. I tell you what. I can't fathom a pepper hotter than the Warthog, but this is the truth of it. Before I ate the Warthog, I couldn't fathom a pepper hotter than chocolate primatale. I couldn't. And then, lo and behold, here comes the Warthog. It's crazy. The truth will set you free. You know what? Tommy and I are releasing a book. I know we've been talking about releasing this book for a long time, but once you read it, if you don't buy it, it's no big deal. But for the people that buy it and read it, when you read it, you'll be like, oh, I get why it took him a long time to pull the trigger on it. You will understand of that, I assure you. But there ain't a secret after that. There is not a secret after that. It's a very interesting book. And, you know, it is coming soon. I think. Or we were originally going to do it in October. That's how long we've been sitting on it. It's been done I think it's been done since the tail end of September. So I'm making a few minor adjustments now, but you want to talk about the truth setting you free. There's something very, very freeing about it. When I quit drinking, on the first year of the show, I told everybody about it. Everybody knows that I'm a sober cat. I've talked about what I've done. You know, and when I was in, for those of you who saw Super Hots, I said it in there. I said, you know, I've been addicted or abused every drug there is, but I'm sober now. And a big reason I'm sober, I'm telling you, I know, really it's me. I want to be sober, but I'm telling you that peppers make it a lot easier. I think I should, let's talk about it right now. I go live every day now. I didn't go on Thanksgiving when I was sick, but I pretty much go live every single day. I think on either Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to do Sober Saturday or Sober Sunday because there are so many people. If you knew the emails I get from people that are sober because of peppers, and we could just do a live stream talking about that. It would be a great chance for people who are, you know, thinking that maybe it could help them. It'd be a great place for people to talk about their story. And I think what I might do is pull people in that I know that have come to me and said, yeah, I'm one of those guys that peppers has helped. We can start doing interviews about that because that is significant. So I think it's important. Johnny, it's a struggle regardless, never ending. Yep, I don't let my guard down. You're right, John. It's the truth. But you know what? You do get wind at your back. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't hammered the day before I quit drinking. I just decided that day I wasn't going to drink anymore. So I was sober, I made that decision that morning. The next day I was more sober, and there wasn't any alcohol in my system. But I'm telling you, for about 6 months, every day I got more sober. And until you get sober, that doesn't make any sense. But people that have gotten sober go, I get it. It's a weird thing, man. Sobriety is a strange thing. You know what happened to me when I first got sober? This is the truth, man. I still love hanging around people who are having a good time. I don't have a problem with people drinking. I have a problem with somebody drinking too much. If the second somebody's out of control, I got to get away from them, right? But I like being around people who are having a good time. I can't remember who I was with. I don't remember. Maybe 6 months after I know what it was. It was a pepper show. We were at a pepper show. I was sober. It was that night. There was a whole bunch of people hanging out in a hotel room. There was like a ton of us playing charades. with an iPad on your head. It was hilarious. And I'm sober, right? Everybody in the room's drinking. Everybody's under control, but everybody's drinking. And I started feeling, this is the weirdest thing. Man, if you've experienced this, please say something in the chat so I'm not the only idiot. I remember feeling like I was getting a buzz. I was like, I'm not drinking, but I feel like I'm getting, but I had to leave. And what that's your brain going, everybody's having a good time. Come on, have one. I'm like, nah. You know what? We'll remind you what it feels like. I'm not kidding you. I did that for about a year. Anytime I was around people that were partying, when that happened, I'd go, okay, I got to go to bed now. And I would leave the party. But that did happen to me. You have the brain is so wicked strong. Anyway, I was talking. I didn't see anybody. I got to go back afterwards and see if people like the idea of the sober Sunday or sober Thursday. I think sober Saturday. I think it's a good idea. Max Power says, I think if you want to quit addiction, it helps to replace with something healthy. Otherwise, just avoid. Just my opinion. Yeah, it's my belief that I can only speak of me. I pick up a habit like that. You have no idea how fast I can pick up a habit. Dropping them is not as easy. So my take is kind of like yours. Instead of trying to quit a habit, focus on filling your day with really positive, good habits. And what happens is what we're addicted to is dopamine. That feeling is what we're addicted to. And when you get sober, when you start doing things you've never done before, even if it's something like adult art coloring or something, or painting, or something you've never done before, carving, or something you've never done before, your body will reward you for doing that. And it rewards you in the way of dopamine. It's the truth. So I think there's a lot of truth to that. I don't know. I do know this, man. You have to have an attitude. You got to be pumped about it. Like I went after my sobriety. I was pumped about it. That sounds weird. But anybody who knows me when I first got sober would tell you that. Joe C, good to see you. That's good that you drink, that you don't drink. It can become very addicting. Yeah, I don't miss it either. I got to be honest with you. I don't miss it at all. I can't run anymore, John. I used to run. I got a marathon under my belt, but my back, I've had like several back surgeries and broke my back and my neck, and running days are kind of over. Oops, Jerry Fowler says, 100% experience this. Sometimes the euphoria of being around good people is better than any drug or drink. It's true. It's a fact. Pepper Poppy, I just did. What did you just do? 5 tablespoons of 100% Warthog mash with Keaton and Matthew. Got a problem, son? Reach out to me. I can help. No, I'm kidding. I'm right there with you. Listen, you know it's really funny. I look back. It's really funny, but some of the if you do this long enough, you'll do videos you forget doing. Maybe you won't. Maybe if you do 6,000, you will. I've been doing this for so long. I've gone through every stage you can imagine. Like, I'll drink it. What is it? It's like, I hurt myself enough. The cramps are gone again. So maybe that's the last wave. Boy, I'd hate it to happen again. Alejandro Alvarez, is eating spicy chilies the same as running? Well, here's the thing. As a runner, you get it never happened to me on short distances, but I've run a marathon. On long distances, you get, once you're in good shape, it didn't happen until I got into really good shape. You get a runner's high. And the best way that I can describe a runner's high, this is the best way I can describe it. My heartbeat, my breathing, and the sound of my feet hitting the ground all got into sync, like dead solid. Everything was just synced up. And for about, if I was running like a 20-mile run, the first 2 or 3 miles were uncomfortable. And from about 3 miles to about 17 or 18, felt better than if you were laying on the couch at home with a pint of Haagen-Dazs in your hand. I mean, it felt so good. It was a runner's high. It was euphoric. It's a strange feeling. And so while it's not the same as running, it does prove you're going about it different ways, but it's a very, very similar feeling. If you get a strong endorphin rush, a really strong endorphin rush from eating peppers, feels very much like a runner's high. It really does. But the problem with it is a runner's high. Like I remember when I used to run like long, 22-mile training run, like 17 miles, I was in the zone. You know, that's feeling that dopamine high for 17 miles straight. No pepper is going to do that. Pepper high lasts for 10, 15 minutes. The effects it might last for 45, maybe an hour. The effects, you might linger a little bit, but the real strong effects, 10, 15 minutes. That's about it though. But I'd rather do, I don't know. It's just wonderful. Peppers are great. Oh, George Hyman says, but between 18 and about 30, I had a binge drinking problem. I do have drinks rarely, but I don't have much of a taste for it anymore. It's really funny. Honestly, I don't miss it. I really don't. I don't know if this sounds bad. Sorry if it does. I feel like my addiction is almost wanting to be in control. When there's something I can't control, I despair about it. Control freak. Nothing wrong with that. No, I'm just teasing. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. Honestly, that's not you like being in control. You're meticulous. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Honestly, And seriously, Dizzy, when the book comes out, buy it and read it. You'll feel better. I promise. Yeah, you know what? Oh, my stomach is starting to hurt again. That sucks. What a bummer. Joe misses Big Al. I do too. Big Al's a great guy. And that younger guy, that ate peppers with you. Yeah. College boy. You want a funny story? I'm going to end the video now because I'm hurting. But I'll end this with a really funny story. I was with College Boy and Big Al. We were at a festival in Monroe. My stomach is killing me. Monroe is where we were at. North Carolina, South Carolina. I can't remember which one it was, but we were in Monroe. And everybody's walking up and saying hi. Hey, squirrel. Come here, squirrel. I'm hurting. Be nice to me. This guy walked up and he goes, "Hey, it's so good to meet you." He asked for a picture. We were talking. And he goes, he saw Al already. And he goes, "Is that Asian guy here you eat peppers with?" I said, "What?" I said, "Hold on a bit." I said, "He is. Hang on a bit." So I dragged squirrel. Cut it up. Squirrel. Hey, squirrel. Brat. So I said, "He is here. Let me go get him. Hang on." So I ran over. I got College Boy. I said, "Hey, tell him what you just said to me." I said, "You have to." He goes, "I asked where the Asian guy was." He's not Asian, but it was a very funny thing. It was a good laugh. Guys, I love you. My stomach is killing me. It's worse now than when I started. How can that be? Can it be from that? I didn't eat that much of it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you. All right. Be kind to somebody. Eat more peppers. I'm Johnny Scola. Thank you all for being here. Jim Bob, thank you for being here. If I didn't say your name, finished. Thanks for being here. Oh, Wayne Mitchell, everybody. I'm hurting. This is not good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase the Heat.